Well, hello, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It is a pleasure for us to meet again. And I am Tonya Rahim, your Sergeant at Arms, and I have the pleasure of working with you today. I'm here to help if you need me. First, let me share with you our club mission. Our club mission is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So we have an awesome space for you to learn and grow. And I would like to now hand you over to our president, Genevieve.
Thank you, Madam Sergeant at Arms. Yes, thank you and welcome to our founding members. I think you have a couple of us today. Tara is one of them, and Antoinette. So we have both of you, including the previous members, had the perspicacity to create this club back in 2021. And thank you for your perspicacity. Welcome to all of you committed members and distinguished guests. This is our 9th meeting, I believe, for this club, for this mandate. And my name is Genevieve Johnson. For the benefit of our guests, I'm the club's president. And before we begin, I'd like to let you know that our sponsor, the person who had the perspicacity to create this club, initiated it, will soon join us, hopefully, if he can pull himself out of this meeting. And I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of our second-time guest, Jennifer. Welcome. So now, I'd like to just continue this, and we're not going to have any thoughts unless someone wants to share some thoughts as a thought master. Tara, do you want to say something that happened at the genesis of this club? This is impromptu.
Well, I know part of the genesis of this club was that there were a few people thinking about the idea of could we be virtual? And then there were a few more people that they convinced to join on. But the initial days, it was a big question mark, right? How would this work? And the biggest concern was, could we develop a good club culture? It's nice to sort of flash forward to where we are today to see that we have a very strong and cohesive club culture. That is one of the most difficult aspects of not meeting in person, is that we have to build these relationships in a very different situation. And I'm happy to say it's worked. I joined as a charter member with a healthy dose of skepticism, but I was in support of the idea. And I am really pleased that people like Genevieve have come in and risen, sort of like come in initially as a member and become an officer. I mean, it's just over time, as we see the club culture grow stronger and stronger, it's been a pleasure. So I'm very happy to be celebrating that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This is nicely done. Thank you. You can always rely on Tara to provide good insight. Thank you, Tara. And now we may proceed, and people and the members who join the clubs as later on have now a good idea of what happened. And I believe Clementine is having a hard time joining. So I'm not sure if Ade, you can walk her through the process of joining. Can you do that while we continue? I have her on the phone, so you may have her too. All right, and Antoinette is also one of them. Antoinette was the first president. And now let's see what next on our agenda. Everything is so weird now that Michael is not here. Well, who's the general evaluator? I have not general evaluators.
I am
Tonya?
the general evaluator.
See, no need to introduce Sonia. So today, I'm also going to be our T mode. That means your host, since our host initial schedule will be joining us later. So my name is Genevieve, and I'm a member of this club. I'm also a charter member of this club. And I'd like to call to this virtual lecture someone, a very dedicated, committed, and a member who always acts with perspicacity and always willing to help others and step into play roles or take on roles and double roles. So today I am privileged and honored to introduce you our general evaluator who let us know how this meeting will to assess our meeting and then let us know how well we did or what we may need to improve. Please help me welcome Tonya Rahim, our general evaluator.
Thank you, Madam President. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor to serve as the general evaluator in today's meeting. And what do I do in this role? In this role, I am responsible for evaluating everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I will be busy taking notes on everything that happens and perhaps anything that doesn't happen. I'll evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples, because I'm sure there's going to be many, of preparation, organization, any delivery, enthusiasm, and observe any performance of duties. Now, at the end, I'm going to be able to give you a report, but I don't do this alone. I have an awesome tag team with me. Today we have our grammarian, Adeline. Adeline, can you let us know what we can expect out of your role?
Sure. So I am a grammarian, which means that I'm going to be paying close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take notes of any misuses of the English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, saying, or thoughts. The word of the day is perspicacity, and the definition is the quality of having a ready insight into things, keenness of mental perception and understanding. One example could be the perspicacity of the previous leadership team in analyzing complex problems helped club members in their effort to effectively resolve the issues and progress in their Toastmaster journey. So hopefully this word challenges speakers to think about moments of clarity and deep insight in their own lives, fostering a sense of intellectual reflection. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Adeline. And Adeline herself is a master speaker, so be prepared for an amazing report at the end. We also have our timer for today, and this is Kerry. Kerry, can you tell us about your role?
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster General Evaluator. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the timer today, I will be timing the table topic speakers, the formal speeches, and the evaluations. And I will also alert each speaker at the time they have left using the green, hold on, trying to change the background, yep, and yellow and red timing cards, which will denote specific times remaining. So since we have prepared speeches today and evaluations, the prepared speeches are 5 to 7 minutes in length. So at 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The table topic speeches should be no more than 2 minutes in length. So at 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute 30, I will raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluations will also be limited. At 2 minutes for evaluations, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kerry. So keep a close eye on Kerry's screen when we speak so that we could all stay within time. And next we have our R counter. And I think we don't have our counter yet. So, Adeline, would you be able to do this double roll?
Sure. So as a counter, I'm gonna be noting any sounds or repetition of words or so pay attention to give clear, concise, and short sentences and take some breaths in between. Yeah. So I will add this to my grammarian report.
Thank you so much, Adeline, for stepping in. And that's one of the most wonderful things about being a Toastmaster. You really learn how to grab into roles, fit into there, and get out of your comfort zones. And that being said, I would now turn you over to our team mod and president of the day. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you for just composing your team members so rapidly in the absence of the initial role players. Now, let's get into the core of our meeting. And as Toastmaster of the Day, replacement Toastmaster of the Day, let me just brief you a little bit about what you're doing today. Today, we are continuing our celebration of the Centennial. 100 years since the first Toastmasters Club was created by Ralph Smedley. He created the first club with such perspicacity that 100 years later, there are thousands of clubs around the world. He started in a remote place in California, and now all over the world, every continent has a Toastmaster club. So this is something that deserves a great celebration. We are not many here, but I'm sure that people who are not even joining us are celebrating with us, wherever they are. And I'd like to cite the second president, the first president, what's her name? Sorry, the first president, Antoinette, and Gina, the second president, is here with us, Tara. Thank you for doing such a great work because you were also perspicable. I'm not even sure if this word exists. Madam Grammarian, you let me know that. With perspicacity, you created that club back in 2021. And now here we are, and we are still enjoying moments spent together, sharing what we know, sharing good stories, and learning and continue to grow. So this is the purpose of this meeting. And we are not only celebrating that, we are also celebrating the birthday of one person dear to my heart. I named Tara. Tara, today is your birthday. And thank you for taking the time on this special day to come and join us to spend 1 hour together. And after that, I promise I will let you alone to enjoy the rest of your day. So this is about the Toastmaster, and Toastmasters meetings for the purpose of benefits of our guests are divided into 3 parts. And we have the prepared speech, administrative affairs, but I'll get to that later with announcements. We also have the prepared speeches. Today, we have 2 prepared speeches, and one of them, sorry, will serve as a rehearsal for a member who will represent our club at the area level. So please, all of you, be her evaluator, either silent or probably with a few words, to help her improve her speech and bring us back the trophy. So let's all be ears and eyes and observe her. And after that, the evaluation phase, during which her official evaluator will provide the speaker with the feedback that will help them improve their speeches. And as a matter of fact, I'm also a speaker. I'll try and be a speaker because the preparation today is not that great, but then this is Toastmaster. And we all learn, we continue to learn. And I'm counting on your feedback to continue to improve too. That being said, I'd like to ask the evaluator of Aisha Speak to provide us with the objective of her speech. Geralda?
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters. Yes, today I'm going to be giving a very specific evaluation to Aisha. Not only is she my mentee, but I'm help preparing her for the contest, the humorous contest. So my feedback, as well as any from you, will be very specific towards helping her win that contest and move on to a higher level. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to call to this lectern Aisha Nesmith for her speech, which will bring us the trophy. Aisha Smith.
Thank you, fellow Toastmaster. Let me take you back to a day when I was in Las Vegas and a friend said to me, "We are going to be on TV." And I thought it was something sophisticated like Judge Judy or Jerry Springer. Well, that was what sophistication was to me at the time. But it was no more than Let's Make a Deal, a game show. And now I've always considered myself to be a very composed pillar of the community, businesswoman. But I guess when you get on a game show, you lose all sense of composure. And that is what happened. I showed up at call time dressed as a sparkly Maryland blue crab. I mean, shell, 6 legs, everything and all. I thought that if the host, Wayne Brady, saw me, he would see all the sparkle and just hand me a brand new car. Well, yeah, that's not what happened. I guess I missed my name being called or something because I don't even know if it ever was. All I remember is I was busy smacking some guy in the head with my crab claws as I was getting all excited and moving around, and no car, no prizes, no nothing. All I had was a guy who was calling for something to be boiled and looking for some Old Bay seasoning. And I was unaware that my whole chance at stardom on Let's Make a Deal was gone in one shot. It was over. Fast forward a year later, because I needed a little time for my ego to heal, I ended up on another game show. And this time, it was The Price is Right. Okay, a little more dignified. Now, you would think that I learned my lesson, that this was going to be my time. No costume, nothing. I was just determined and focused to hear my name called. Well, to my surprise, I hear my name being called. It sounded like my name. My maiden name at the time was Aisha Robinson. Well, they called Maisha Robertson, and everything just went crazy. Here's the problem. I knew it wasn't quite my name, but the entire row of people sitting with me who are now my friends that were strangers thought it was me. They start hoisting me in the air like I had just won an Olympic medal, and they are passing me down the aisle, and I'm yelling, "That's not my name! That's not me, not my name!" Well, the damage was already done. The camera was on me. People are yelling, and all of America has now seen this display. And at the same time, Maisha stood on up and she came on down, and all I could do is sit on back down myself. Now, I was a roller coaster of emotions that day. I just snuck out of there, embarrassed, my head held low as much as I could because yet again, the ego was gone. Well, I'm nothing if not persistent. So I tried again. A year later, I went back to The Price is Right, hoping that this was going to be my day. Well, the day started off great. Hey, wait, they called my name. They said, "Come on down." So I came on down and I was in contestant row. And this was legitimate this time. There was no mistaken identity, no identity crisis, nothing. I found myself up on stage. I was playing the game called Any Number. Well, if you're familiar with the game Any Number, you have the opportunity to win one of 3 things. You can win a car, you can win some luxury gifts, it was a luggage set, or you can win the piggy bank, which was some chump change. I don't know. So I am up there. And I'm rattling off numbers. I'm insane. I don't even know what's going on. I had been awake for 27 hours at this point, standing in line for 9. I'm just crazy. So I am just yelling out numbers. And guess what? I'm bombing. I'm bombing and I'm about to win either a book bag or my new life savings, which is going to be some chump change in my pocket. Well, I decide to reflect on everything that has happened. And I think back to this is my moment. I don't want to crack like I'm drinking some coffee at a karaoke and I'm going out of control. So I pull it back in and I say, Drew, I'm going to go with a 7 or a 9. I don't know why. I mean, that was my lucky number, I guess. I just said I'm going with a 7 or a 9. So I blurt out 7. Boom! It is the number. It's the 4th number in the car and I'm on my chance. It's almost time for me to get there. And hey, why not? This is going my way. I mean, there's no crabs involved. There's nothing here. Maybe this is going to work. And then I remember, what am I going to say? And I say, wait, if I don't choose the number that I said a moment ago, then all the people in TV land are going to be either saying, this idiot, she didn't say the 7 or a 9 that she just said, or is they're going to say, hey, this was the moment of clarity. They don't know everything I went through. So I say, I guess I'll take the 9. So the 9 is set. He turns and he looks at me and he looks back and the card flips and it is a 9. And I finally did it. I won. I won a car and the price is right. And it was all said and done. Oh, but it doesn't end there. What would a normal person do at this moment? Yeah, all normal behavior went out the door at this point. Normal person would high five. No, like I'm auditioning for the Cirque du Soleil. I jump up. I straddle on Drew. I am hanging on him like a jungle gym, like I am he has now a human book bag. And I launch myself and he's going with it. Yes, Drew, he's going with it. I mean, if anybody can go along with an excited game show contestant, it is Drew Carey. And he does. And then he puts me down and he says, I thought you lost it personally. And I was shocked. I thought you were in my corner all along. But okay, at least we just had this moment. So I digress. You're probably all wondering what happened to the car. Well, it was a beautiful ride until my husband crashed it. Yes, he crashed the car. I guess I'm excited and thankful that he came home well that night, but I'm still looking for that sorry for your lost card from Drew Carey in the mail. Anyway, if you ever see me, please don't laugh at me. Just know that a lot of hard work went into this and that I lived out my dream. At least it was nothing but entertaining. Thank you so much.
Wow, wow, wow. What a speech. I can see you coming with a trophy, showing it to us on the screen and celebrating. And you are not only our candidate, but the only representative of the club at this area because you are the only one living in the Washington area. So double representation. Thank you very much for such an incredible speech. And let's wait for your evaluation. And I would say that, Madam Evaluator, technically, you are not supposed to be evaluating your mentee because of conflict of interest. But no, for this specific case, we let you be her mentee, her evaluator. We need that trophy in GBL. Thank you very much. Now, it's the time for the next speech. It's not a numerous speech. Sorry about that. But let me call someone who will be evaluating the speaker. And the person who will be doing the evaluation is Ade. Thank you for stepping in to be the evaluator of that second speech. Ade, can you provide us with the evaluation, the objective for this speech?
Okay, thank you, Madam President. For this speech that will be given by Madam President, so a few things that I will be looking for to evaluate you on. I'll be looking for clarity during your presentation, your vocal variety. I'll be looking at the comfort level at the rate at which you present the speech, your eye contact, I'll be looking at your body gesture, even though we're presenting online. I still expect you to make some body gesture. And also, I will listen to you to see how well you research your speech, even though you told us you didn't prepare. But, we are all learning. Okay, go for it.
Thank you, Madam Speech Evaluator. And the person will be delivering the second prepared speech is no other than Geneviève before you here at this right moment. And let's get started. I'll just call me Geneviève Johnson, the dilemma of the placebo effect, the dilemma of the placebo effect, Geneviève Johnson. Here I am. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, picture yourself visiting a doctor seeking relief for an ailment. Following some tests and examination, the doctor recommends a medication that you hope will ease your symptoms. What would you think if I share that this medication could just be a sugar pill? Welcome to the realm of the placebo effect, an occurrence that blurs the boundaries between one mind and body and challenges the notion of belief versus reality. Today, let's delve into the placebo effect and its contentious implication in the field of medicine, while also examining how our evolving comprehension of it reshaping healthcare approaches. What's the placebo effect? It's when a patient feels better after getting a treatment they think works well for them, but doesn't actually have any ingredients in it, like a sugar pill or a harmless shot of saline solution, or not real treatment, some kind of fake surgery. Back in 1955, Dr. Henry Beecher did a study where he looked at 15 trials where some patients got placebos and others got real treatment, with over 1,000 people taking part altogether in this testing. What did he find? He found that something surprising: about 35% of the patients said the symptom vanished or improved just because they believed they were getting the real medicine. This occurrence showcases the influence of our mind on our well and prompt inquiries regarding the efficacy of traditional therapies. Let me give you an example. I have a young cousin who's in the village back in Côte d'Ivoire, and she's never taken modern medicine before. So she came and visit my mother in town. She wasn't feeling well. She had malaria. And guess what happened? My mother just gave her 1 tablet of aspirin. She had fever. She had malaria. But with that 1 tablet, she recovered. No more symptoms. She fully recovered because in her mind, that was the treatment. Only that tablet helped her cure. And I wasn't happy with my mother because I said, that's not good, because we could have gotten into trouble with her case worsening. But nevertheless, she got better. And we have people like that who will share a medication because one had the symptoms or was ill and starting taking it. And after a while, it got better. The remainder of his medication, he'll pass it along to his friend or relative, and they'll get cured. So I believe that the mind has some effect on the body. But let's get back to our research. While there are discoveries about placebos, their inclusion in trials is a topic of debate among experts in the field of medicine and research ethics. Critics express concern that it may be not ethical to give patients placebos when proven treatments are available, and this could lead to discomfort for individuals if they do not receive the actual medication. On the contrary, supporters argue that placebo-controlled trials play a role in evaluating the effectiveness and safety of treatment. How could we assert with certainty that a few medication is superior to receiving no treatment without conducting experiments? This ethical quandary pushes the boundaries of our principle, compels us to reconsider the practices of medical investigations, and the role of placebos in modern medicine today has a significant number of effects. Healthcare professionals acknowledge incorporating placebo in therapies into the treatment plans by recommending vitamins or non-prescription pain reliever that lack proven healing properties. That's kind of scary. For certain diseases, this intriguing finding is somehow frightening. However, other studies suggest that placebos might yield similar results to conventional treatment in suitable circumstances. This poses a significant dilemma, and we should view the placebo effect as a viable treatment alternative as long as it does not compromise the ethical standards as medical care. To conclude, I'll say that on the placebo effect journey, the realization that this will influence the practice of medicine while posing dilemmas to ponder on deeply. The placebo effect showcases how belief and expectation can significantly shape our well-being. However, it compels us to navigate the line between providing care and upholding ethical standards. I'd like to urge everyone in this room to be open-minded and venture into this captivating realm where the mind intersects with medicine and contemplate remedies that are accessible to all without relying on chemicals, which can be harmful sometimes. Even simple things or medication treatment as pain relief are not that inoffensive. So let's all be open-minded and explore this new way, or not so new way, of treatment, or I would say alternative treatment, as opposed to traditional medication. Madam Toastmaster of the day. Thank you for myself for this research speech on the placebo effect. Now the time has come to just celebrate our meeting today, the Centennial, with the table topics. And the person I wish to call today is a founding member of this club. She's also the second president, very dedicated member of Global Business. She's a dual member, also member of IFC, Toastmasters Club. And that person is also celebrating her birthday today. So I'd like to call to this lectern our table topics master, Tara Holman. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. I want to do a quick point of order for the meeting. I could potentially do these questions at the next meeting because time-wise, this is around the time we wanted to start evaluations. And I think it's very important we get Haisha some comments because she is in a very important position. So I would propose to push these table topics into our next gathering so that we can get into the evaluation portion and have a little extra time for Haisha in particular. I know that that contest date is approaching.
Thank you very much for your consideration. And that's it. Our table topics master, a table topics segment will be postponed. So our guest, Jennifer, please come back again in order not to miss this very important, interesting segment of our meeting. This being said, I'd like to call on the general evaluator to gather her perspicacious. I have to find the right adjective, Madam Grammarian. Please help me out on this. With perspicacity, please gather your team members and provide us with your assessment of this meeting. Madam General Evaluator.
It is indeed my pleasure, and I am sure that they will all demonstrate remarkable perspicacity in doing so. So first, I would like to call on our grammarian / accounter, Toastmaster Adeline, to provide her report.
Thank you. I want to congratulate Madam President Genevieve for using the word of the day more than 5 times, I believe, even before the meeting started, I think. Tonya did use it now, just right, few seconds ago. Apart from that, we had a very good level of English today, very serious level with Genevieve, and very fun level with our first speaker, Hisha. I love some expressions such as bring us back to the trophy, or the funny word that she used, I'm booming, and many others. The placebo effect by itself is a nice sentence. I like the use of a statistic by Genevieve, making it very, very like concrete and specific. She used a lot of medical terms like ethical conjury, practices of medical indication, tradition, medicine. It was a beautiful course to take with her. I'm using a lot of M right now, which is not good. There was only at the beginning President Madame Genevieve who had some silence and at the beginning of her speech. Apart from that, it was excellent on all levels. So congratulations to the club. And back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adeline. And I'd like to call now on Toastmaster Carrie Timer to provide her report.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. For timing for this event, I have had 2 speakers to time. We are not timing table topics today, and I will continue to time the, pardon me. Sorry. I will continue to time the evaluations for our speakers. At this moment, our first speaker, Haisha, spoke for 6 minutes and 47 seconds. And our second speaker, Genevieve, spoke for 8 minutes and 5 seconds. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Carrie. And now I think it's a moment we've all been waiting for, where we hear from the evaluator for our soon-to-be champion, Toastmaster Haisha. Let's turn over to our evaluator for Haisha, Toastmaster Geralda.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and most importantly, Aisha. So what I'll do, I'll give you an evaluation for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'll open up the floor so that every single person in the room can share their feedback. And don't have to be too long. It can be a 1 to 2 minute table topic response. 30 seconds as you feel late. Aisha, you did many things really well today as a newer member of the club. One, you got started. And two, you were hilarious. So you met your objectives right there. There were so many things that you did well. You told a story. I saw a natural storyteller. The story was about winning and losing through the format of a game show. So there was an essence to that. And what you did in it made it interesting, captivating, and fun. And what did you do to make it interesting? You used colorful words to describe the scenes and your hands and your body language. And I saw joy in your spirit and joy in your face. And that drew me in because I wanted to hear more. That's what made it interesting. And captivating is the story had a line that I kept asking myself, what will happen next? What will happen next? What will happen next? And so that is how you tell a captivating story, by drawing the audience in. You use different tones. When you scream out 9, so there was a lot of vocal variety that made it humorous, that made it fun, that made it captivating. And it had highs and it had lows. It had hills and it had valleys. And so there were times when we mourned, and then there was times of joy, all with adding to the element of an interesting story because it was flavorful and all those things that you did well. Now I have much more comments for you. I'll share that in our practice session offline. But some things that I want you to consider, and not just you, but everybody in the room. When you're doing a humorous speech, you gotta pause a little bit. What does that do? It gives the audience a chance to laugh. Because if you pause, and we call it a pregnant pause in Toastmasters, with a big fat pause, belly, then the audience says, signals to them, it's like, I can laugh. And you can use that time to show your confidence that you knew that you said something humorous and invite us to laugh. And so that's how you keep your audience going. 2, there was a moment of depravity with your head held down, right? And so when your head is held down in depravity, your face has to be held down. And you have to go into that somber look in fear. And 3, we could get a shorter, more exciting name. Right now, you're probably about 5 to 6 words. I say work with 3. A good name probably is Wet, Wild, and Wonderful, something like that. Couple of W's. And so that can even spur it up a little bit. So if you were to do that speech again, those are some of the things I would like for you to consider. I know you'll do it again, and I'll share with you even more feedback offline. Now I open up to the audience. Do I do this or the master evaluator does this? Can I defer to you, Madam General Evaluator? I turn it over to you. Here you go.
Yes, very good. Yes, sir. All right. So yeah, the floor is now open for everyone to provide their feedback to Aisha. Who wants to go next? Tara, yes, then Genevieve.
Wonderful. Okay. Haisha, I love this story. Love, love, love it. Because I love a couple of the hosts that you mentioned, and it was just wonderful. So you completely had the right topic, and your voice is incredible. Right at the very beginning, you did a little where you kind of lowered your voice and got quiet, and it was so powerful. I just, right at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is a person who can really do a lot with the vocal variety. So my areas of improvement, I mean, I was laughing the whole time. It was fantastic. I would do a couple of little things. I would not worry so much about the rules of the game, because whether you got the number, I was like, well, who cares? What I cared about was that you were talking to like Wayne Brady and Drew Carey, and like that to me was like, wow, I can't imagine being in her shoes, right? So less about the rules and more the part that really drew me was when you talked about you were losing your mind, right? You weren't acting like your normal self. That was what really powered that speech for me was like the your normal self versus yourself on the game show, which I that dynamic tension is what kind of kept me going in the story. So I loved it. And then the last thing I would recommend is from the very beginning of the speech, potentially clarify if you're going in the direction of you're on the game show because you want the TV exposure versus the prize. Because at the beginning, I thought you wanted the TV exposure, and then in the later the story evolved to the prize part of it. So I would just make the direction clear at the beginning because it does dovetail into a car, which is really nice. So I would just kind of set that direction from the beginning about, whatever your fantasies of having the some amazing prize from the show. So that would give me that direction. So I love it, and I think you can easily win area with this. So yeah, good work.
Genevieve?
Well, congratulations, Aisha, because you said that you're not a humorous person, hilarious or what, but then you proved me wrong. Well done. Well done. You are a champion anyway, because you are a natural competitor. And can you believe that Aisha has only completed her icebreaker? Only icebreaker, and yet she's prepared to compete at a high level. So good job. I'd love to see you standing and then see all of your gestures, standing, so that at least we can assess because some of the gesture when you are competing for a humorous speech is to exaggerate some of your gestures to pose, as Tara said, so that people can just see and combine both the gesture and allow them time to laugh and then to enjoy your speech. So this is the only thing that I would like to say. And yeah, well done. I think you're on the right path to bring us the trophy to GBL.
Thank you so much. I would love to share with you, Aisha, that you were so amazing. Your voice is perfect for speaking. Perfect. It really draws the listener in. You are very captivating. Your story was hilarious. It was easy to visualize what you were speaking about. And I think with the tips from these masters here, including your mentor and your evaluator, you will do an amazing job. I congratulate you already for stepping up, because we needed one person. You lived in the area and you just said yes. And there you are with this awesome speech. So we wish you all the best. And I don't know when it is, but if we have another opportunity to have you deliver again, standing and doing it, we'll be very, very happy to provide feedback. Thank you so very much. Okay, so let me quickly give my report as the general evaluator today.
Sorry, before you give your report, just to give feedback to Aisha.
Of course, yes.
So Aisha, for me, I truly, truly enjoy your speech. I mean, this is somebody that just joined the club, and being able to present that way at that standard, that was really good. And also, I was able to follow your story, you deliver the story naturally. I was even laughing here because I was listening to you. I was kind of, it was so funny, and I wish you all the best. I don't want to repeat what others have said, but you did really well. Well done. Good job.
Fantastic. Anyone else before we go on? Anybody else? All right. Okay, great. So I will be very quick in my report because I know we are running out of time. But Aisha, we have your back for sure. Lots of people here. Okay, so let's see. So today's meeting, our T-Mod 5 minutes or less before the meeting. She became timid, and she certainly displayed I'm sure you're going to agree with me that she displayed oh, this is such a hard word to be saying, Adeline. Perspicacity. Excellent. Very well done. Of course, we saw two amazing speakers today, Haisha and Genevieve, who claimed that she was not prepared. I know she's going to get her evaluation later on. You picked perfect topics and you presented your ideas with thoughtful perspective. Additionally, we had a great evaluation by our Haisha's evaluator, who also displayed perspicacity. I got better at saying it. She not only offered praise, but she also provided actionable insights as to what can be improved. And everyone else, as great Toastmaster supporters, jumped in and provide their feedback. As the general evaluator, I believe that this quality of meeting permeated the entire session, reflecting our collective effort as a team. It is clear that we at GBL are a team that is always working together, no matter what happens. Okay. All right. So I will turn you back over to the Toastmaster of the day. Madam.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. We'll make sure that we improve things that needs to be improved and then continue on this track to our journey and becoming the better version of ourselves. Thank you very much, everyone. And I'd like to turn this over to the president of the club for the remaining of the time. Let's say, Madam Grammarian, I was able to find the adjective perspicacious. I was able to find that because I struggle with that word. I should have looked for it, but perspicacious is an adjective. So probably what we could do is use all the revived words from our words of the day in the future. What about the announcement? But before that, I think our only guest today is Jennifer, who's not first time guest. So Jennifer, so we hope to see you and have you join the club soon. And feel free to ask questions after you're done. I'll be staying for a couple of minutes. And thank you for joining today. Regarding the announcement, yes, you've heard it. The area speech contest is to come up soon. So, wow. All right. Thank you. Sorry, I was distracted. So the area speech contest is to come up soon. So let's all support our candidate because this is how it works. The club has a candidate. Everyone should be behind the candidate and just lift the candidate up to the trophy. And I'm sure that we'll get there with Haisha as our candidate and the sole representative at the area contest. The area is looking for judges. Unfortunately, most of us all live outside the DC area and we're not able to assist this time. The workshop next meeting, I think our next meeting, regular meeting is November, but then every time when we can afford, we have 3 Thursdays in a month, every other Thursday, we try and have an event. So this time we have a workshop on the speech crafting. So this is interesting. The flyer will come up soon. So please share it widely and then for people to come and see what you can do. We have a great Toastmaster, seasoned Toastmaster, long-time Toastmaster, who's willing to share with us her knowledge on how to craft a topic and deliver the best speech ever. It's unfortunate. Probably, yes, the speech contest, the area speech contest is in November, isn't it? So I think we still have time for Aisha to attend this workshop before the contest. And I think that's it. Last but not least, we are celebrating the Centennial today. And along with the Centennial, celebrating the birthday of the second president of the club. Oh, Pathways, thank you. Thank you, Tara. Reminding, I just missed that my notes. Pathways is currently closed. But if you are willing to work on your project, please let the Vice President for Education know about that. We're able to pull probably some of the project with you. I have some saved on my computer, and we can still work on a project. But Basecamp will still be down, I think, until the 25th of this month, October 25th. So after that, we will all discover or rediscover the new Basecamp. So be prepared and don't stop working on your project. Materials are still available. And this will conclude my announcements. Don't forget about paying your club dues. Treasurer Kerry Holman is in this meeting, so please get in contact with her. And also, I think that Alan said that wasn't feeling quite well. And also, Adeline, we still have you in our prayer. So keep strong, and thank you for making the time to join today despite everything that's going on. And Jennifer, hope to see you again. This being said, I joined this meeting. You can stop the recording. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for